So try and support some companies that are doing this, because the more that you buy from companies that are like, you know, big stance on like, yeah, we hate plastics, no plastics, no plastics in our delivery, no plastics in this, no harmful chemicals. It's like the more those companies will grow. Like, you're literally investing in a company when you buy from it. When you buy from Amazon, you're kind of investing in Amazon, which still isn't terrible. But make sure when you're buying some random product on Amazon, just have a look at like the company that's selling it, and have a look, because if they've not wrote the material for something, chances are it's not good. They're not on the same wave like length, because they'd broadly say no plastic, right? Because that's a marketing thing these days. It's like, oh, look at us, we're sustainable. So if on Amazon there's something that doesn't say plastic free in the text description, most likely it's not. So just be careful of which companies you support. I say we kill off the companies that are serving us this poison, because they kind of know some of the things right now. We all need more education, of course, but I say we slowly start to like rule out the companies that like, just stop spending money on the companies that just give us this shit, for example. Just simple as that. Obviously, like, I still expect companies to take some time, but like, if they seem arrogant with it, if they seem like, you know, they're not listening to this new stuff of like, yeah, we hate plastics, they're bad for the environment. So like, that sort of like soft group of people are on our side, because they're like, they hate plastics because it's climate change and stuff. We hate plastics because we only care about testosterone. So it's like, okay, we'll handshake each other. Like, okay, let's do this. Don't take the receipt. So when you go to a shop and they, oh, would you like your receipt? No. But like, you started, would you like, bro, in Thailand they did this a lot, bro. They'd take the receipt, wouldn't ask you, and they'd put it on your cash note and then give it to you, like her fingers touching it. Oh man. And I'd literally like grab my cash, say no receipt, no receipt, no receipt, and they'd take it with like, you know, there's always smiling stuff. I remember seeing this one like paranoid looking motherfucker, bro. He literally came in into a restaurant first with a mask on, right? First thing, went to the hand sanitizer all of his hands, ordered his food, grabbed the receipt, used the hand sanitizer again before he left. I don't know if it's a conspiracy theory or whatever, bro, but there's a hand sanitizer little fucking squeezy bottle on every restaurant table these days. I'm not touching hand sanitizer for the rest of my life. I don't give a fuck, bro. It's some unnatural ingredient. When you think about it, it's like, what the fuck is actually in it? I don't give a fuck. I'll use soap when I absolutely have to. But even then, it's like, I've realized that I've probably been washing my hands like too much for most of my life. I don't know. This is something that I'm a bit uncertain of, because soap has got antibacterial stuff, which is good for you. But apparently these things, hand sanitizer, soaps, like most soaps, most hand wash, they apparently can make BPA worse. So I'd do more research on that. I don't know the answer fully. Don't keep a wallet full of receipts close to your balls, bro. Please learn from my mistake. Don't keep a wallet full of receipts close to your balls. Avoid modern food. This is very extreme, but if you want to switch over to the diet that I'm on, which feels like this is the best I've ever felt in my life. This is the most healthy I've ever felt. Avoid modern foods. Literally, the best case scenario is to eat what I eat, which is literally just meat, vegetables, fruits, and nuts. That's pretty much just all that I eat. I literally just eat meat, vegetables, fruit, and nuts, and I have like eggs and stuff. And you know, like sometimes I'll cope a little bit. I'll have a slice of wholemeal toast, like brown bread with my eggs. I'll have avocados and stuff. Okay, avocados still fine. Sometimes I'll have like a little bit of rice or something. You know, it's not 100% like this, but it's like mostly my diet is literally just a fuck ton of meat, vegetables, a lot of fruit as well. I get most of my carbs from fruit these days. Like I'll have like 4 apples a day and a huge amount of blueberries and bananas. It's like, it's got fructose in it, it's got sugar in it, but then it's got fiber and vitamins. So it's like, it's this weird trade-off. And it's like, I'd rather just get my carbs from fruit and some like a fair amount of vegetables than I would from like some random grains that have been produced in the last 100 years. If your caveman ancestors didn't eat it 1,000 years, 10,000 or 100,000 years ago, you probably shouldn't either. Meat, vegetables, fruit, and nuts. Try and make that your baseline, and then you're gonna have some extra things. You're from India, so you have like naan or something. And you know, you don't want to give up like your culture's cuisine, because then you lose a lot of your life experience. But just try and stay mindful for it, and try and make some simple changes, because sometimes you can have a smaller bit of naan bread with your like chicken curry and still have the chicken. That's absolutely fine. You can make this change here, you can make this change here, and this is a lifelong journey to go on. But this is the diet that seems to be working absolute best for me. Make sure the meat that you eat is grass-fed, not grain-fed. So I've said that a few times today. Grass-fed simply just means that that animal was eating like grass, like out in the farm, instead of it was being locked up and it was just eating grains. There's still issues and stuff, fine, but if you're gonna eat meat, which most of us are, and I do think it's better to eat meat than not, then I would highly suggest getting the grass-fed ones, because what it means, like what grain-fed means, is that they eat this mass-produced, moldy, weird, like fucking disgusting little food that's making them sick, and also is gonna obviously pass on to like the meat that we're eating from them. We don't want to eat much grains. Like, you know, the mass production of grains perfectly ties to the mass health consequences of people who eat a lot of like grains and breads and all this shit, pasta and stuff. It's like they're usually fat and unhealthy and lethargic as well. So you just take that as it is. You don't have to follow this advice. You could have a different diet if you want and just focus on other things. But at least for me, like changing my diet's actually been the single greatest change that I've made for my health. Is I just eat meat, vegetables, fruit, nuts, eggs. That's literally just it.